Hey, this is Sally Singleton, and you're listening to Torrent This with Dando.
Welcome back to Torrent This with Dando on 94.7 The Pulse, and now I'm joined on the line by an Australian singer-songwriter who, after releasing her debut single back in 2009 titled Tomorrow, which gathered a ton of media airplay, she spent a year over in London recording, writing and learning everything she could from her peers. But she's back now with her latest single titled Over Now. Of course, talking about Sally Singleton. Sally, thanks for your time, and how's things?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Brendan. That is such a lovely intro.
No worries.
Might need to get a copy of that.
Oh, no worries. This will be up.
Big sweetheart. I'm a big fan of your shows.
Oh, thank you.
Having me here.
How's life treating Sally at the moment?
Life's good. You know, it's always changing, and it's a big difference to be back. It's always still going to be home, but it's exciting, and Sydney's changing a lot at the moment, and there's a lot more music happening here now. There's lots of little pocket bars and, underworld little music areas, so I'm loving it. There's so much music to be sung and to be heard, so it's a good time to be back.
Are you missing London though?
I do. Oh gosh, I shouldn't say that though, should I?
I
just wish they could both just push a bit closer together, but then they wouldn't be so diverse.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was in England, I miss Australia a lot, but yeah, they just, they both offer different things, and it was a great experience, and it was a bit tough at times and often cold. I had about, 3 winters in a row.
Ooh.
My first summer, and it was a pretty bad one. So, yeah, but apart from the weather, it was a really good experience.
I know what the weather's like. My girlfriend's from England.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be tough. Like, I often had to shovel myself out of the front door. But it was worth it. It was worth it to get to the gig and slip on the black ice in my platform stilettos. But that's okay. Get there in the end.
Did Frankie make the trip to England with you?
Oh, have you seen Frankie?
I have.
How cool is she?
Really cool.
So, my dog Frankie is, no, she wasn't allowed.
Why not?
Well, she could have come, but if she came, I might not have been able to get her back in.
Ah.
I think the laws are a bit strict in Australia because we're protecting our special place. So she couldn't come with me, but we did a few Skypes. And she's clearly been working on her dance moves whilst I've been away.
Yeah, I noticed that, yeah.
So everyone who's listening might just think that we're crazy, but there is a really good video on YouTube of my dog doing the dancing Frank. What's it called? I don't know what the video is called.
Just Dance or something?
Yeah, just an app you can get on your iPhone. You can film anything.
Yeah.
You pick a song, and they move to that song.
Yeah. So was it you playing dancing with her in the video?
I was the one holding the ball.
Yeah. Now, I saw you lived in England with an English actor and 3 musicians. Were these your band members, I'm assuming?
Yeah. No, they weren't actually. My band was put together by Steve Young, who plays for Darren Hayes.
Yep.
Darren Hayes is MD. And then, because I met him and thought he was great, but I didn't know very many other musos, so we kind of went round and met people and did little auditions, which was fun.
Did it ever get awkward or annoying living with boys?
Oh, not at all. I loved it. I can be a bit of a tomboy at heart. I'm still very much a girl, don't worry.
Yeah.
I love all the girl things, but I quite like living with boys. They're simple and not simple. Sorry, guys. But, just easygoing, and they had so many stories to tell. So I was living in Camden and with an English actress, and then there was, in the other quarter, because we're sharing a house, and then there was 3 boys who we met when we were living there, and I didn't even know her till I moved in.
Okay.
And they played with, Richie Mills plays with Moby, and the other guys that had their own band as well, and it was just fun hanging out in the backyard and having a tea or often a wine. And just, talking about stories on tour and writing songs and singing along. And, it was a good creative household. I really enjoyed that.
Did these guys play the brother role and were very protective?
Yeah, they were quite protective. One of them, Andy, he was more probably like the brother. He was the one when you were sick would drop off some lemons and some Manuka honey and, some medicine, put at the door, some throat spray. So they were really, really sweet.
What about when you have the drunken fools all over you?
No, that was usually, when that happened, it was usually the youngest girl, the little English actress with us.
Yep.
And she would often come to me, and I was the one putting the pieces back together.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't me. The falls on the black ice weren't drunken. That was just my high heels.
Oh, okay. We'll play in the hills. Yeah.
You shouldn't be wearing those shoes in those conditions. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well.
With the hill story, let's blame the hills.
You were in London for a year. How did the music scene over there compare to that of Sydney?
The music scene, well, it was great because of all the new little bars and that we're getting here. They've got that there. They've got a really diverse music scene. They've got lots of little hole-in-the-wall places. There's lots of buskers as well, and a really diverse range of music because they're probably more influenced by a wider range of cultures and, you know, different musicians all around. So I really found that inspiring, and I loved that. And whilst I was there, I actually completely changed my sound. Not intentionally, but I think that now, after being around for a little while, I know my voice a lot better, and I think that the music that I write and how I'm able to write now for me, like in a way that I was writing to me before, but in a way that is a lot more me and a lot more true to me.
Yep.
So I'm not. You know, I still love my first child tomorrow, but really happy with, you know, the new sound that we're putting out there now with Over Now, and the follow-up single we've got, Could Have Seen Love, which I did with John Stevens. But there's a whole lot more as well, which we recorded too many.
Okay.
Non-stop. They couldn't get me out of the studio.
Have you worked doing the worm on stage into your set yet?
Oh, no. Oh my God, I keep taking that down. Someone keeps putting it back up. It's out there now, isn't it?
It is.
The worm move, no, I haven't. Frankie's trying to master it, though, for my concert.
Oh, okay, then.
Yeah. No, that worm move, that wasn't even my concert. That was Wes Carl's, and I wormed, like, literally caterpillared on stage.
Yeah.
But that was our prank night. That was our last night of tour, and he'd done some pretty bad stuff because I was on before him.
What did he do?
He'd done stuff...
You can say it. It doesn't matter.
He'd done stuff. He was like calling out like that my fish and chips were ready over the counter during the show, doing stuff like playing with my sound. But everyone knew what was going on. So I was like, Wes, come on. I know it's your show and I'm supporting you. Seriously, don't mess with my music. So I just thought instead, because I wasn't as mean to mess with this music, I just enhanced the stage.
Well, you nailed it. You nailed the worm.
Thanks. Dude, I'm wearing probably too short a skirt for that one. But
oh, yeah, I thought that too, but I didn't say nothing.
Sorry to anyone who's seen it.
How beneficial do you think it was to get away from home to master your craft?
Yeah, I think it was. I think, you know, I mean, there's a lot of benefits doing it at home to a degree, but there's also a lot of, you know, bad things that can hold you back by doing something in your hometown. I think to grow in anything, it's always better to challenge yourself and to just, to be, you know, put yourself in big situations and take big risks.
Yeah.
And, I thought it was really beneficial, and I loved going over there and just being able to, you know, you start all over again, basically. No one knows you, and, I really loved it. I really would recommend it. I think for me it was really beneficial, and I grew a lot.
Now, I see you played some shows with Jason Derulo.
I wasn't playing with him. I was, like, groupie.
Oh, okay.
So Jason Derulo and I were hanging out when he was on tour, and I got to, jump on the road with the band and meet everyone, and it was really great because I was touring as well at the same time, but I was doing my tour,
yep,
and he was doing his tour, so we just met up, and we're both singing but doing our own thing. And it was great. It was so much fun. It was really, really good. Well, I asked him to, teach me how to sing my name and do those dance moves and...
the air grab?
I can't, he's very handsome though.
Okay. My girlfriend's an obsessed fan of his. I bought her a VIP meet and greet for Christmas last year, but he hurt his neck, so he cancelled his tour.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Are
you still good friends with him?
Well, yeah, we're still friends. I don't speak to him because we're just both so busy, but yeah, maybe. You're going to play my single a lot?
Oh, of course I am.
Maybe we can sort something out. I have to chat with Lara because Lara Bingle, fellow Aussie, made the introduction, and I think they're still friends, but they've broken up now. So
Yeah.
might need to do the proper girl thing and check it out.
That would be
Ask
like,
her first.
I would be the best boyfriend in the world if you could do that.
All right, I no point, no harm in asking.
That's my motto. The worst I can say is no.
Jason would be up for it, I'm sure.
Oh,
He's actually a very shy guy, but he's just so, he goes out of his way for everyone. He's a really lovely guy.
Oh, that's good to hear. How important was it, do you think, gaining experience from people like Jason Derulo?
Fantastic. I loved it. It was just, it's just when you see something and you just get that real lift and all that energy, and it just keeps you going, because sometimes you need that. And, yeah, I think it's important, and I think it's a blessing. It was, that was just something that happened over there that was never planned. But everyone I met, I think, was quite inspirational because they're all completely new to me and all very different to a lot of other people, and I think that's part of life, just stretching yourself and doing new things and taking on new challenges.
Yeah. Well, getting to the single Over Now, it's a really catchy song. I showed my sister and she loved it. When can we expect a full album release?
I don't know. Well, we've got a full album worth of songs.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to release Over Now. We're going to release the follow-up single called Obscene Love, about a really hot guy, the one I did with John Stevens.
Like, is it about John Stevens?
Together. No, it wasn't, but it was pretty easy to. When he was in the room, it was pretty easy to get carried away. But it was just about a really hot guy. You know that feeling when you walk past the street and you see someone, you're like, oh my god.
A hot girl, not a hot guy for me. But
Okay, well, I don't know, not judging.
Okay.
So it's about that. But there's a lot of really other fun stuff that I've done over there. So. Yeah, I think Too Close for Comfort is probably a third favourite. That will probably be the third single. I'll pull that one out.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit more of a slow ballady one, but, heart-bleeding, good one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is a whole album worth of them, but I don't know about, don't know when we're going to release the whole album.
So it's not on the...
Probably by the time we've got 6 singles on iTunes.
Will it be this year?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Even now we've got they're all ready to go. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just now the whole music world's changing so much. It's more so just single based. So, but we've got a whole album ready to go, and the second one we've remixed as well. And yeah, so there's a lot coming. You're not getting rid of me very quickly. And Over Now, we actually been playing some remixes, some dancey club remixes that a DJ's done over in Europe. And it's been going really well over there, and no one's even in Europe has heard the radio version yet. So. Yeah, that's nice to know.
Now, is songwriting easier for you now, do you think, compared to when you wrote Tomorrow?
I think, I don't think it's easier because I think it's just something, for me, it's just like a conscience, like a flow of conscience where it's just, you're in an emotional state and you just write how you're thinking.
Yep.
But then musically, I prefer it a lot more because you just have more freedom when you've got more experience with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot wider range of where the boundaries are. It's a lot further apart now. So, yeah, I really love it.
Now, all crap aside, you're clearly a beautiful girl. But how often... That's okay.
Is the girlfriend listening?
She will be, but she's used to this. No, I'm joking. How often do you get just creepy guys just trying to creep onto you?
Oh, not creepy. I just think, they're just clever, I don't know. I've met some colourful characters on tour, and I must say, being on tour, you go to all kinds of places.
Yeah.
And usually on tour, I'm the only girl, so the guys are quite happy to rough it, and I've just got to be okay with that. I've met some really interesting characters. I've loved it. I don't think, don't be shy. If there's someone listening, that's fine.
I'll just ask you a couple more questions and I'll let you go.
Okay.
Where do you see yourself on both a personal level as well as your music career in 12 months' time?
Personal level. All I do is work. But my work is my life. I love it. I hope that I'll be singing more and more and more, and travelling. And I travel a lot, so that doesn't help the personal level very much. But hopefully I'll just be settled and happy and, have peace in my heart and, little sparkle behind the eye and just just be living and singing.
Yeah.
Really? I mean, it's such a broad question.
Yeah.
Sorry to be so broad with my
No,
response.
that is completely fine.
maybe at the bar having a vino.
Yeah.
With a great band and singing a little bit myself.
Yeah. Now, this is the one question I asked to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What advice do you have for all aspiring songwriters and musicians?
Gosh, I think just be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think just try not to judge your work at all and try not to be anything. And that's when, you're different and you're you and people will appreciate that.
Yep.
I will.
Yep. Well, there you go, guys. Make sure you grab a copy of Sally's new album once it's released. Jump onto iTunes and get a copy of her singles Over Now and Obscene Love once it's out. And for all the latest news and info on Sally, like her on Facebook at facebook.com/Sally Singleton. Once again, Sally, thanks for your time and good luck with the rest of the year.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Catch you later.